So here's the thing about wholesale sales management. By the time your team knows there's a real problem, like a territory is meaningfully behind, it's too late to do anything about it. Kate and I spent a lot of time inside these companies watching that exact thing play out. And eventually, we started asking, what if you could see it weeks earlier? What if the system just told you? There's where the Pacesetter comes in. A sales management decision-making tool built specifically for wholesale brands and rep-driven sales teams. It's not a CRM. It's not another big spreadsheet. We designed it around the actual decisions that happen weekly in your company. So let me show you what it looks like. We would start here in the executive dashboard. This is where a sales manager would kind of have their monthly meeting with their executive team and talk about these things, or the executive team can just kind of pop in whenever they're feeling a little anxious about information, pop in here and have this dynamically be updated for them. So this is where we really get a real view of how businesses are pacing against their goal. At a glance, you can see kind of like every rep group here and how they are pacing year to date to where the remaining goal is. And in this example, in this demo data, everyone's on track. Hooray. So we're able to see that all territories are on track. But if there was somebody that was a little bit lagging behind, we would be able to see, hey, they're at risk. Hey, they're on the watch list. So we kind of pay attention to that. A little bit lower on down here, we also see an accumulated revenue at risk. So like how far behind the goal we are. And so this kind of shows those numbers. Again, everybody's on track. So green, nothing to worry about. But if this was a different color, we would have a different conversation. This would be an area for intervention priority list, which is who do we need to call first? Who do we need to have a conversation with first? It is empty because we're on track. And then this last section here is how everyone is doing, how all of these states are doing with growth momentum, executing to plan, and then compound momentum, because a new territory that we just got into versus an existing territory is going to scale and grow differently. And we want to be able to see both versions of it. This is our sales manager control panel. And this is what our sales manager would use weekly to chat with the reps. And we're following our sales data based on a month to date standpoint. So how are we pacing to hit the goals for this month? And we're able to see kind of right away where we are with all of our territories. And this gives us instant display, instant view. We're not waiting for month end close. Did we hit it or not? At that point, it's a little too late. We're getting immediate feedback on a weekly standpoint of who we need to call, what the pressure score is, what we're doing, which rep groups I need to focus on right now. This rep group just happens to have the most amount of territories. And yeah, this is intended to be a quick hit list of what's going on. So these territories here would be who I would call first. Sorted by pressure score, and then kind of making our way down. So this one on track is over here. They're doing really well. And these guys would be an immediate call. So giving us quick, immediate information to be able to stay on pace and continue playing offense. Where's this data coming from, right? Where are we pulling it from? So here under our TY actuals, this year's actuals is where we're kind of populating. So this comes in on a weekly basis. And this is what has become the hardest thing. We have systems and tools that we can support you guys with when being able to pull all your sales data from your ERP, et cetera. But this is updated weekly, do it at the end of the week on a Friday so that we know what we're walking into on Monday. So how did these turn into the things on the dashboard? It's here in this main section here. This is not intended to be worked in. It's just, this is where the intelligence layer comes from. And this is what shows where we are based on year to date, month to date. This is where efficiency scores come from. This is where we start really comparing last year to this year. We start comparing goals, where we are pacing. All of that fun stuff happens here. This is where the magic happens.